What up? It's your boy R&B Gaming, the most trusted resource for NFL content.
Oh, that's funny.
All right. So, week 1 of the NFL. Weird. Both of us, of course, losing our locks of the week. That's fun.
I had a caveat.
What was your caveat?
Mariota got hurt.
Well, you know what? I had a caveat too. The Bucs scored like 50 points. What the fuck?
Hey, man. Should have known that Fitzmagic is real.
All right. First game, Atlanta at Philadelphia. Philadelphia winning per Madden's, whatever you want to call it. Like, Madden said Philly was going to win. We both said Atlanta was going to win, and Philly wins, of course.
Atlanta won the entire game until they decided we don't want to win this game, just like they did in the Super Bowl, and then they did. So.
Nick Foles caught another touchdown. What the fuck?
Dude, Nick Foles had a passer rating of, I think it was like 21 or something, and they won the game. So.
But he caught more touchdowns than Julio Jones. Moving on. Buffalo at Baltimore. Madden said Buffalo was going to win. Fucking retard. Obviously, Baltimore won by like 55 because Nathan Peterman, LOL.
Yeah, looking back, that should have been both of our locks of the week, but...
Yeah.
I think I picked Ravens D, though, so...
You did, and I had Ravens D, like, actually, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, half the things I picked you have on your team.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Next game, Jacksonville at the Giants. We both picked Jacksonville to win. They did, obviously. It was not a pretty game. And, Madden also picked Jacksonville by a large margin, so not much to say here. I mean, it was pretty much just Jags D versus your man, Barkley.
Oh, so, yeah, true.
His thighs are like, oof, looks like freaking Fitzgerald's ass. It's like perfect.
Yeah, that was just an important game that we knew the Jags were going to win boringly.
So we both picked New Orleans moving on against Tampa Bay, and so did Madden, because who would have thought that Tampa Bay would have scored 3 bazillion points, I think is actually the final score, 3 bazillion to 40 Bucks, so...
That was the Saints D going back to Rob Ryan days.
Rex Ryan? It looks like more like Rex Grossman.
No, it's Rob Ryan.
Yeah.
His brother.
So, moving on, Patriots beat the Texans. We all knew it. Madden knew it. When I say Madden knew it, I mean they had Houston winning 24-6, so... 1 point for us versus Madden. But, yeah, close game. Patriots had it the entire way, and then the Texans came back. If it was the other way around, the Patriots would have won, just because the refs would have been like, here's 7 to 10 free points. But...
Yeah, I knew Deshaun Watson was going to be a little sloppy in his return. So.
Sloppy bloppy. All right. Moving on. The 49ers at Vikings. The Madden had let's see, Minnesota winning by 7, and Minnesota won by 7. Nope, 8. They won by 8. So pretty damn close. We both had Minnesota winning a sketch game, and they did. Good thing I didn't start Marquise Goodwin because he's dead.
Yeah, I didn't know I wouldn't have done that either. Yeah, they surprised me. They actually won like they should have. So yeah.
Right. Moving on, Dolphins at Titans, the longest game in NFL history, which, even without the weather delay, would have felt like the longest game in NFL history. The Dolphins win 27-20. Ryan Tannehill looking like a competent quarterback. Do I dare say it? But the Titans, with 3 injured starters, cannot overcome the Dolphins. That's about it.
Yeah, that was my lock of the week, but
yeah.
Mariota got hurt, so that's my excuse.
Madden also had Miami winning, so go Madden. Let's see.
You picked Miami, didn't you?
I did pick Miami. Next we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Indianapolis Colts. Let's see. Looks like we both picked... Let me see, what does this mean? What does red mean? I think... Oh, everyone involved, I guess. All right. Let's see.
We picked the Colts.
Yeah, I was seeing... I have like a little chart that I made, but it doesn't mean shit. Yep, so Madden actually picked Cincinnati to win this game. Weirdly enough. Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure why they would do that. Do not know why they would do that. It's not... Wait, where even... Oh. Yeah, the Bengals win 34-23. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought the Bengals lost up until right now looking at the score. I just assumed that the Colts win because the Bengals are garbage. I was very confused. Well, good job, Madden, I guess. Moving on, Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Doesn't matter. It's a draw. I don't want to talk about it. I told you it was a sketchy pick. I just,
That's just the biggest Browns way to not win a game.
It's very true. It's also the biggest Steelers way to not win a game against the Browns. Because, yeah. Anyways, let's just move on. I don't want to talk about it. Next we have Kansas City at LA. Your boy Ethan picking Kansas City, and we showed out. Beat the Chargers. The Chargers put up a good fight, but not good enough.
Mahomes was pretty dang good.
I also have Tyreek Hill on my team. So.
And the Chargers pulled the Chargers, and
we're bad.
Got blown out in a game they shouldn't have got blown out.
This is true. And men picked the Chargers, weirdly enough. So, another loss for men. Next up, Cowboys at Panthers. Madden had Carolina winning by 3. We both picked Carolina because why would you pick Dallas?
And Carolina won. So.
It's true. Next up, Washington at Arizona. I smartly picked Arizona, and you picked Washington. Madden also picked Washington, and Arizona didn't score. So,
yeah, Washington murked him. Like I said, my boy, your boy, the world's boy, AP, against his former team, went off.
You did call that, weirdly enough. The 80,000-year-old Sphinx did manage to get a few yards, so good for you, I guess. Next up, Chicago at Green Bay. Probably the game of the week. Absolutely crazy. Madden had Chicago winning. Malik? Who the fuck is Malik? Shelvin Mack? Yeah, Shelvin Mack. Khalil Mack going off for the Bears, but wasn't enough to stop Aaron Rodgers and the best quarterback in the league, Deshaun Kaiser, from beating them. Green Bay wins. We all picked them, except for Madden. Next up, Monday.
There was 2 minutes left in the third, and Packers were down 20-0, and I think 100% of people would have bet Packers.
That's very true. New York Jets at Detroit. I picked the Jets. You picked Detroit. What were you thinking? Madden also picked the Jets to blow them out. Even though their first play of the season was a pick 6, they end up beating beating Detroit by about 30 bazillion.
Yeah, it's Detroit. I felt bad for their coach. He was pretty depressed.
Matt Patricia literally looks like Rex Grossman right now. So don't know what that means.
Referencing Rex Grossman.
Don't know what that means, but I got the Rex on the mind. Next up, Raiders at Oakland. Everyone picked the Raiders. Everyone picked the Rams. I just said Raiders at Oakland. I meant the Rams at Oakland. Fuck me. So, yeah, everyone here picked the Rams. The Rams did indeed win, as everyone expected. Also, the Seahawks at the Broncos. Madden had Seattle winning 17-14. I picked Denver, and Eric had picked Seattle. Madden picked Seattle, and Denver wins. Moving on to week 2. Let's try to keep this short, like 30 seconds on each game at the most. I'm going to start off with Baltimore at Cincinnati. Madden has Baltimore winning 19-7. I think Baltimore will win this game because it's Cincinnati.
I also think Baltimore because they're both crappy picks. So
that's very true. I think the Ravens are going to probably win the division this year. Honestly, they're pretty decent. The Steelers are going to be garbage. Oh my gosh, I cannot stop hiccuping. Next up, Panthers at Falcons. Madden has it 17-14. This is an interesting game. I'm really not sure which way to go, but I'm going to go Falcons because Cam is only good on odd number weeks. So, 17.
I agree with you there. And both these teams are either god-awful or, like, very good Super Bowl contenders. So it's
Exactly.
I got Falcons.
Good. Next up, Colts at Redskins. Probably the game of the week to not watch. Madden has it 28-17 in favor of Washington. I'm gonna stick with Washington. I don't think Indy can win a game on the road. Their defense is sus. The Redskins apparently have a team. Is that a thing? I don't think they're gonna win more than 8 games, but this will be one of the 8. So, yeah.
I think this game will be better than you think. 2 A-name quarterbacks, so that's always a good game. Andrew and Alex, and it's a hard pick. I'm gonna take Andrew Luck over Alex Smith though.
Okay, it's honestly that makes sense, but Andrew Luck is not Aaron Rodgers, so he isn't the team. Because like my second favorite team in the NFL is Aaron Rodgers, so
He is not, and AP's still gonna have 150 yards against the Colts the Colts D.
No, it will be the Colts secondary because the defensive line will not matter. Next up, Texans at Titans. Madden has Houston winning 27-24, and I agree. I think Titans bounce back, but it's not enough to beat the Texans. Deshaun Watson gets back into the groove, and a questionable Titans offense will still be a little bit, soggy, if you will. They'll be a little bit wet. I'm not even sure if this game's gonna be close. It might be like 35-0 actually.
I am picking the Texans, and I'm kind of mad at the Titans, so I probably won't be picking them for a while.
Makes sense. Next up, Eagles at Bucks. Madden has the Bucks winning 21-14, but you guessed it, it's the tell you mama, tell you daddy, Ethan lock of the week going Eagles against Bucks because the Bucks will not beat me twice. I will not let this happen. The Buccaneers will not win 2 games in a row this season. Not gonna happen.
All right, get Bayless over here, but
the Buccaneers are a personal friend of mine.
I'm taking the Bucks because Nick Foles. Ryan Fitzpatrick is better than Nick Foles. I got the Bucks.
But the Bucks can't win 2 games, especially not at home. The Buccaneers aren't going to win at home. Get out of here.
In his career with the Bucks, Ryan Fitzpatrick is 4-1 in 5 starts.
But what about that one? That was a rough one. All right, next up, Chiefs at Steelers. The Madden, I'm blown away right now. 42-20, they have it.
In favor of who?
In favor of Pittsburgh.
Oof. Weren't the Chiefs that demolished the Steelers on Prime Night that one year?
Yes. They also did it to the Patriots. They just do that, like especially at home. The Chiefs are really, really good at home. I really don't know because the Steelers very well could have a bounce back week like they did last year. Every time they lose, they'd come back and just demolish somebody. The Chiefs are a good team though. And the Pittsburgh defense has got some big holes in it, and if the Chiefs' offense can keep rolling, I think they take this one. I'm actually going to take the Chiefs here. I don't think I'm going to go with the Steelers.
After watching the Steelers tie the Browns, I have pretty much zero faith. Not only that, but because they turn the ball over 5 times. Big Ben is basically a mummy at this point, so
Mummy.
I've got the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think we'll both regret that after the Steelers win, but I'm going for the Chiefs. Next up, Dolphins at Jets. The Jets cannot get away from these terrible teams, and neither can the Dolphins. Another really ugly game. Madden has Miami winning 35-21, going on a little streak. I think the Jets actually lose this game. I think Minka Fitzpatrick has 3 picks, goes off. Dolphins beat Jets. Frank Gore for the Dolphins, going to be an MVP this year.
2 undefeated teams. One of these teams will remain undefeated at the end of this game.
Okay, Skip. Now you're Skip, because, saying obvious shit.
And I'm going to pick Sam Darnold over Ryan Tannehill.
I think Ryan Tannehill's better than people give him credit for, but I understand that pick. Next up, Chargers at Bills. Let's all laugh. Ha ha ha. Chargers going to beat the Bills. Madden knows it. You know it. I know it. The Bills suck.
I am quite depressed because I think Phillip Rivers is the fantasy quarterback of the week, and of course he got him again against me, and I will take the Chargers.
Who's your quarterback again?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh yeah, it's true. I thought it was going to be Andrew Dalton again.
Nah, not this week. Not this week.
And I have the Ravens D. Yeah. Next up, Vikings at Packers. This is going to be a great game. Even with the injury accounted for, Madden thinks that the Packers are going to win 31-3. No way that's happening. I don't even think he's going to play this week. Vikings are going to just destroy the Packers. If you gave the Packers Khalil Mack, they might have a chance, but he is in fact not on the Packers. So,
yeah, I think this could be the game of the week if Rodgers plays. But
even if he does, he's going to be like 10% and then going to get his shoulder cracked again. So
yeah, he's not going to be mobile enough to get away from that Vikings pass rush. I got Vikings.
I also have Vikings. This one we will definitely get one up on Madden. Next up, Browns at Saints. The Saints better not lose to the Browns. After losing to the Bucks, they will officially be the scrubs of the league. Going Saints. Madden's going Saints 17-10. Saints all the way.
If the Browns didn't tie last week, I would pick them. Or no, if the Saints didn't lose to the Bucks last week, I would pick them to lose. But
I mean, Saints at home. Drew Brees is going to go off again. You got to.
This is going to be my lock of the week: Saints over Browns.
That's a solid pick. Next up, Lions at 49ers. Madden has it 31-17 in favor of the 49ers. I am going to have to agree with them as a Lions fan. That hurt to watch. I was watching reactions on Instagram and I was channeling my anger into those people. So,
I hope their secondary looks as bad as it did last night.
Considering that you have Garoppolo.
My quarterback can go off, and I think the 49ers will win.
I do have Marquise Goodwin, so if he's going to be healthy, I could mitigate some of your quarterback's points. Hopefully he'll be, able to throw a pass correctly to him this week. Next up, Cardinals at Rams. Believe it or not, Madden, even though the Cardinals didn't score a point last week, 30-27 Cardinals. Madden's on crack, going for the Rams.
I thought the Cardinals would at least look competent against the Redskins. Not even a playoff team, but they did not. So, Rams, yeah.
Next up, Patriots at Jags. AFC Championship matchup. I think Jacksonville is going to be angry, they're going to be hungry, and they're going to be losing to the Patriots. Patriots are favored by 6 according to Madden.
As much as I would like the Jaguars to lose this game, Tom Brady, fun fact, is a career 8-0 versus the Jaguars.
Nice.
And he will be 9-0 Sunday.
Next up, Raiders at Broncos. Feel like this just happened because Raiders at Rams. I'm not sure why. I feel like the Broncos and the Rams are very similar teams. High-powered offenses. I mean, on one side you have Jared Goff and 8 or 9 of the top receivers in the league. I feel like on the Rams, and on the Broncos you've got
3-feeder on the Broncos.
And on the Broncos you've got Keenum. I mean, what a name, Keenum, and Eli Rogers and Emmanuel Sanders. Every Pittsburgh Steelers receiver that they didn't want. Denver's looking good. No, not really. Oakland has the I can't do math. Oakland's going to win 31-17 according to Madden, and I have to agree. They didn't look that terrible against the Rams, so I think they're going to win.
This one's kind of hard because they both are just very up and down teams.
And the Broncos at home is hard to pick against, but this is the week where I will do it.
They both just never live up to their potential, but I have the Broncos.
Solid pick. Next up, Giants at Cowboys. Madden has Cowboys winning 31-9. I was impressed with the Giants just in the fact that they didn't get blown out. But at Dallas, I think the Cowboys rally together and have a good week. They always beat the shit out of the Giants, and I think that will continue.
Well, the Sunday primetime and the Monday primetime game have a combined record of 0-4. So, with the teams that are playing. So.
Well, someone's gotta come out with a winner.
Good scheduling by the NFL there. And wow, I don't want to pick either of these teams, but Saquon
versus Zeke. It's our 2 fantasy running backs head to head.
Ooh.
You like that? Next up, Seahawks at Bears. Seahawks are going to win 28-24 according to Madden. Now, I'm not sure if you watched any of that Bears-Packers game, but Khalil Mack was literally a beast of a god of a man. and I don't think the Seahawks offensive line, all 5 of them, if they had to guard just Mac, would be able to. So I'm going to go Chicago, weirdly enough, to beat the Seahawks.
The Bears looked pretty impressive that game.
Unless Mitchell Trubisky was throwing a ball, they looked great.
He wasn't awful. But as much as I think Russell Wilson is like the second Aaron Rodgers in the league, just carrying everyone by himself, I'm going to pick the Bears.
I don't think he will be enough to overcome the Bears D /
Well, he'll be sacked at least the number of times on his jersey,
which is at least 0. So
I think it's like 3.
No idea. Tune in next week to see games like Colts versus Eagles and Raiders at Dolphins. Maybe we'll even talk about the Bears at the Cardinals. It's going to be a great week.
Good games to choose there. Are we doing a fantasy for the week or not?
Yeah, sure. Let's keep it up. What's your? I went first all the last week. So what is your first pick on quarterback for the week?
Hang on, I just gotta scan the schedule real quick. Oh, my quarterback I already picked is Phillip Rivers versus the Bills. Sadly enough, you have him and had him last week, and had Tyreek Hill, who was also my receiver for the week. But
yeah,
I got Phillip Rivers this week.
Let's see. It's kind of a boring pick, but I think it's just gonna be Tom Brady. I think he's gonna get 2 or 3 of those bullshit touchdowns that don't really matter.
Really?
I think
the Jags.
I know what you're thinking, but the Jags have a way of turning good games into high-scoring games, even though their defense is the only good thing about them. So
you're not wrong.
I think I'm gonna go Tom Brady for running back. Who do you got?
Running back. Hang on, I just gotta scan through the schedule here. Not a lot of good running back matchups actually. This is a hard choice. I'm working on it. Don't worry.
There's one obvious one, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Well, I'm gonna go with the same pick I did last week, or no, you did, but I'm gonna go with Kamara because I think he's gonna be the number 1 running back of the year.
That is the obvious pick. I still don't know. I think I'm actually going to go Leonard Fournette against the Pats D. I think that it's going to be a high-scoring affair, and I think Fournette will be the only person scoring on Jacksonville's behalf. So, yeah. Next up, receiver 1. Who you got?
This is a hard choice because there's so many receivers to choose from. You know what I'm saying?
I know who I got. 1 pick, easy.
However, I'm gonna go with Stephon Diggs against the Packers.
Solid pick. Now, there's one thing as being a lifelong Steelers fan that I know is that we cannot guard any deep threat. I watched Josh Cribbs, I watched Devin Hester, and I've watched any Browns receiver who's like above an 85 speed in Madden torch us for the last 8,000 years. It's gonna be Tyreek Hill.
I gotta say, you have like 3 people on your team that is pretty depressing because I think they're just like locks for 20 plus points every week, which is Rivers, Tyreek Hill, and the Ravens D. And then on top of that, you've got just Devontae Freeman, Zeke to throw in some points whenever they feel like it.
Right. And I have some decent like Marquise Goodwin could go off. You know, Mr. Woods could go off every now and then. Duke Johnson could go off every now and then. You know, I got some little here's and there's.
I really wanted Tyreek Hill, and I had 2 picks later to get him, but no.
And you got Mr. Travis Kelce, who had a whole of like 4 points last week.
He had 6 targets and 1 catch for 6 yards out of the 38 points the Chiefs scored. Thank you, Kelce.
New quarterback doesn't check down to the tight end every time. Slightly different for Kelce.
Even though suppressing.
Yeah. Next up, it's got to be defense. Who are you going with? I think we both know who we're going with here. We both have no idea what's going on.
I have no idea right now, actually.
I know exactly who I'm going with. Unless you
may
go with them.
surprise you. I may regret it. Also, the number one defense of the week last week was the Jets, so that's wow.
That's, yeah.
But
and they are going against the Dolphins. So.
I'm gonna take the Bears versus the Seahawks.
I think that's actually a good pick, and I'm going with a similar kind of idea. I'm going to Vikings against the Packers. I'm gonna bet on Deshaun Kaiser being their quarterback, and we all know how that will go.
If that happens, that would be a very good pick there.
All right, I think that's everything, and I haven't done it yet because I'm lazy. But here I will be displaying the points, how many wins Ethan has, how many wins Eric has, and how many wins Madden has, and how much better Ethan's doing than everyone else. Yeah.